All right, what we got?
Frank, Wes talked about there, just you guys watching some film of last year. So is that new? Is that something different? Or are you trying to kind of emphasize a point there? What do you think they got from that?
I let the assistants, they divvy up scouting reports amongst all three. And I talk to them. I tell them what I want done, X's and O-wise. But, I let my assistants coach. I'm not a dictator. I let them run scouting report meetings. I let them figure out what motivation or teaching points they want to use in film and in team meetings and all that leading into their scout. And that was Coach Clark. That's why he's so valuable on our staff. Same thing with Chuck Martin. It's like leading into the Tennessee game, we lost, so no one asked the question. But Bruce showed the players the 9th round of the Arturo Gatti, whatever his name, the Irish guy. Have you ever saw that fight? Have any of you seen boxing? That 9th round, Arturo Gatti, and I can't remember the Irish guy's name. They fought 3 times, and all 3 fights were ridiculous. That 9th round of that fight was absurd. Bruce showed him that fight because that's kind of what we expected the Tennessee game to be like and that's what it was. So I let my coaches coach, man. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that's why Matt Figure's a successful head coach and Brad Underwood's a successful head coach. They're successful because they're good at what they do. But I'm lucky. I grew up around coaches that allowed me to coach, so I let my assistant coach.
Fred, what's that with kind of the patience down the stretch and kind of running the offense pretty deep into the shot clock?
We're starting to learn. I like playing fast, but playing fast is not let's go jack threes up and do crazy stuff. We have a little saying that our players are new. It's new to them. Last year's team understood it inside out. That's why probably the film Coach Clark showed them kind of registered in their head a little bit. Score early, score late. That's our deal. Score early, score late. That's what we work to do. And guys are learning. We've been able to practice. You guys, I don't try to make stuff up. From December 28th to whatever day in January was after the Alabama loss, we had 7 or 8 guys in practice, and it's hard. And most of them are first-year guys and freshmen, and they don't. You got to rep them so they get what's going to happen in league play. Now, since that day, we've had a full squad now at practice, and Wes. Think about this. Everyone's asking Wes why he's playing so well. He's had to guard Rakim Felder in practice for the last 7, 8 days, whatever it's been. So he's dealing with Rakim. Rakim and, Brian Bowen and, they're in practice now. Hassan, by the way, Hassani had the flu, so he didn't practice the last 2 days. When he showed up, when was it? What's today? I don't even know days. He showed up Monday and he looked like he'd been hit with a sledgehammer. I just started laughing. I said, what else can go wrong? And he tested positive for the flu, but the fever broke late Monday night, so we allowed him to travel yesterday. He gave it a go and shoot around. He felt okay, but, he hadn't practiced, but give him credit. He stepped up. And Frank Booker, Frank hasn't played well in the last 7 or 8 days, games or practice, and I was real hard on him early in the game today. Give him credit for responding the way he did. Makes a 3, makes his free throws, takes a charge on I can't remember who it was off the dribble, made productive plays to help us win.
Frank, how much did the shooting open things up late, particularly for Silva and Kotsar, and how much did it give you guys kind of a lift throughout the game?
Yeah, that's why I don't say a lot of stuff because, then I got to answer the rest of the year why what I said didn't work. But I said before the season, this is one of the best shooting teams, if not the best shooting teams that I've coached. Well, I'm around them. I see them make shots. The problem is that when you play in the SEC, the other teams don't cooperate with allowing you to shoot. So you actually have to learn how to set screens and cut and spacing and know when to attack. And our guys are learning that. And what happened is because guys were making shots, it made it hard to go double Chris Silva on the low post. And we changed some of the stuff that we were doing to try and enter it to him. So it made rotations to double from where they were trying to double a little harder. It wasn't rocket science. It's just a little adjustment we made, and And but if we don't make shots, they don't come at our guys, and then it's hard to get Chris going inside.
One thing that was difficult for your team early this year was they'd give up a big run by
Yeah.
another team and not be able to come back. What was the key for them to be able to come back from that 13-0 run?
Yeah, maturity. You know, maturity. That's it. It's. There wasn't no great pep talk. There, I was my typical self. I wasn't real happy in the timeout, and maturity. You know, those kids, they've grown up. They've embraced the difficult. Being good is really hard. Losing is really easy. All you got to do is show up. You're going to guarantee you got a chance to lose. You can work as hard as you want, and there's no guarantee you're going to win. So being good is really, really hard. These kids are understanding that if they want to be good, they got to deal with hard. Not sometimes, not when they're in a good mood, every minute of every day. And when you embrace that, it teaches you the kind of work ethic and makes you committed. So when the other team goes on a run, like Chris said, you don't let your head down. Because when you don't work hard, when things don't go your way, you quit. That's what you do. When you work hard and things don't go your way, you get up and say, you know what, I've worked too hard. I got to do this better. And that's what our guys are starting to figure out.
You talked about kind of the need for better point guard play tonight. You face one of the most proven point guards in the league, and Wes Myers scores 22 points for you. How big of a step was that for him tonight? What you think of him in that matchup?
It just didn't happen today. He's been playing better and better. I told you guys the other day, he's been playing better and better, and he's really starting to understand, and he's understanding how hard the players are a lot bigger in the SEC than they are in the America East, at the guard spot, at the two guard, at the big, everything. So he's understanding strength, speed, size, all those things, and he's accepting coaching. So you know what? And he's learning to work at it. So he's playing better. He's a confident kid. Him and Chris have been the two reasons why we've been able to really improve as a team. You know, Chris has decided to just say, the heck with everything, I'm not letting this happen anymore, and taking ownership. And Wes has grown up a lot. So those two guys, and by the way, Kotsar, he's really playing well for us right now. Really had two big-time offensive plays coming down the stretch. He doesn't get credit for everything he does for a team, for our team. And those three guys, Mike's been as vocal. I should include him in that. Mike, for as quiet as he always is, he's been as vocal as he's ever been for the last 7, 8, 9 days. And there's no surprise that now he's really playing well for us.
Last question. Anybody else? What does it say about kind of the group of younger guys you have, the way they were able to close out the first half with some of the veterans sideline with foul trouble?
Yeah, I like playing guys. I play a lot of guys early in the year so they're ready. So when you call their number, they're ready to go. You know, and that was good. And by the way, Florida's real good. You guys that cover them, you understand what I'm talking about. They're real good. It's this league right now. What it's become is ridiculous. It's there's not a day that you line up and you just play okay and have a chance to win. You have to play like ridiculously well to win. So a lot of credit to Mike and the job he's done with these guys and how well they play.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.